Educating, informing, serving. Fact TV, keeping government honest.
Everybody ready? I'm going to call this meeting to order of the Walpole Selectboard on April 1st, 2020. The time is approximately 2 minutes after 2. We are hosting today an informational meeting with the superintendent of the Fall Mountain Regional School District, Lori Landry, and also Jim Fenn, who is the business manager of Fall Mountain. We have received some questions by email, but we're first going to start with Lori, who requested this meeting. Lori, you're up.
Thank you so much. The reason I requested this meeting is basically just to give you information about what's happening in the district. We have started our remote instruction about 3 weeks ago. We will continue as the governor has directed until May. We meet constantly, at least 3 times a week with our leadership team, which includes all of our directors, our principals, as well as school nurses, and share information. I've been meeting online with emergency management personnel as well, making sure that everybody's abreast to the health and the well-beings of our staff and our students. I do want to say that I think our teachers and administrators have done a great job in moving over to remote continuous learning. It's and I also want to thank parents for being so supportive of this as we move along. Next week, we are looking for another continuation of expanding our continuous learning opportunities for all students, and more information will go out shortly to our parents, probably tomorrow morning. We have a newsletter that will go out. In summary, all of our staff are working. They've been assigned sometimes different duties, but they have been really, everybody has stepped up to the plate. I'm just so proud of everything that people have been able to do in our communities to support education and to support our families. Jim?
I want to add to what Lori said, just to let you know that we're serving over 800 meals a day to students. And we're doing that on a 7-day-a-week meal plan. So we deliver 5 days a week, but on Fridays, we're delivering breakfast and lunch for Saturday and Sunday too. We have routes that cover some areas of Walpole. We have people picking up at the North Walpole School, where we have a pickup site. And at the moment, we're serving as many, if not more, students daily than we do when school's open. And that's really good. That's really good. I'm really pleased with that. Our buses are delivering the meals, or our food service people have just really come up to, stepped up to the challenge and are doing an outstanding job.
Good, good, good. I have a question that I would like to ask before I go to those that we've received from emails, and I'll ask Steve and Cheryl if they want to ask anything. I've read so much about how schools are grading their students with this remote learning, and I have a daughter who teaches out in Colorado Springs, and I've been talking to her about it. How are you handling that? Particularly, I know the lower grades probably aren't a problem, but how about the middle school? How are you going to handle grading for this term?
We have been meeting with our administrators for the last number of days, and we are coming out with an informational sheets that will be going to all parents. We hope to have that letter out by tomorrow, by noontime tomorrow. It outlines what we consider what the grading system will be at the elementary level, middle, and high school. And it gives what our expectations are as well. So I encourage everyone to look for that letter. It will be sent out by email, and it will also get posted on the district website tomorrow morning.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you. Steve or Cheryl?
Yeah, I got a call from a special ed parent who has 2 special ed children. And the question that they had is, how are the one-on-ones supposed to be interfacing with their students during this time? Because apparently they just get an email in the morning that said, I'm here, and that's all they're getting.
I'm sure, I know that I've talked to Zandra many, many times about this, and we have sent out informational sheets to the parents. We are here to support education for all students and making sure that all students receive what is free and appropriate. We do recognize that some students, we will be providing compensatory services during the summer, and that will be summer school, which we are talking about currently. If there's a particular family that has concerns or it's not being addressed for what they need for their child, would you let me or Zandra know specifically who they are, or reach out to our office, and we will certainly
Okay.
address it with that parent.
Yep. The other question they had is that if, for special ed students, if the emails can be sent to the parent as well as the student. Because a lot of times the special ed student doesn't appreciate the context of the email.
Good suggestion. I'll make sure I pass that along. Thank you.
Yep.
I'm all set. I don't have any questions.
Okay, all right. We had some come in by email, which I'd like Sarah, if she would, to please put up on the screen so that you can see them. The first, as she works to get that up, really is a big thank you from both Sherry and Leroy Watson for all the work that you're doing. They really salute you. They recognize that some schools around the country are having problems, and they feel that in fact you're managing any issues that come up in Fall Mountain quite well. So you'll see that when Sarah gets it up on the screen. While we're waiting for her to do that, however, so we don't know what all those noises are, but while she works to get that up on the screen, I'm going to ask you the questions that came in by email so we aren't wasting everybody's time. As Lori said when we started, she's busier than ever right now. And I think that's probably true for a great many people as we adjust to this sort of what has become a new norm for us. The first thing you see as this has come up on the screen is the congratulations to all of you from Sherry and Leroy Watson. The second is a list of questions. And the first one deals with the search for the new principal for the Walpole Middle School. The question is, have you had trouble finding a candidate? Have you hired a recruiting firm? And then, of course, the parents comment on the importance of finding a quality candidate. Can you give us some information on that, please?
I'm happy to. I do want you to know that we had conducted a very thorough search. We also had another agency, UVEI, work with us on conducting the search. We did offer the position. Unfortunately, this person was not able to accept the offer. So we have gone back and have been working with Mr. Jacobs to find a very reliable and a solution to this whole situation. And I do have something that I will be presenting to the school board on April 13th for approval. We understand the importance of filling this position, and I know that our recommendations will certainly fit the needs of our community, our students, and also our leadership needs in the future. So we do have a proposal that will be going to the school board shortly.
Good, good. I think that answers that question well. The next question that is here is, what are your plans for April vacation? Do you feel it's best to cancel the school year end early?
There has been a lot of conversations about April vacation, not only within our own school district, but with the State Commissioner of Education. I just recently got off a phone conversation with our Commissioner of Education, and right now we are going to be posting that information in our newsletter that will go out tomorrow.
Oh, good. Thank you. Everything that I've been reading suggests to me that we'll probably see another extension in our stay-at-home program and that the schools will remain closed through May. I'm assuming that you are very well aware of that as well, and that you will be prepared to cope with that if should it come to that.
That was quite the conversation we had this morning as well. We need to make sure that we continue with our continuous online remote learning. Our teachers have done it very well. We are planning for the long haul. Teachers are preparing educational packages for students all the ways into May. We are also releasing and will be distributing Chromebooks for third and fourth graders. Information about that distribution will be out posted in our letter to parents tomorrow. We do want to let parents know that this is certainly things that the administrative team have been discussing.
Thank you, Lori. Now I know why you have been busier than ever. There are lots of balls to juggle in this at this point right now. The rest of that parent's question is really deals with next year. Do you have any plans to bring students up to speed next fall?
We're just trying to do it, I don't want to say day by day, but we're talking about summer school, what that would look like. And we have already started the conversations. How do we re-engage our students next year back to the traditional learning? I don't have all the answers. We're doing this together as a team, and we need a lot of cooperation and support from the communities to really make this work. Hopefully we'll get back to normal sooner than later, but right now we're just trying to work and make sure that we have quality education between now and May 4th, and then we'll see what happens with the state of affairs.
Well, we hope that the governor doesn't wait until May 4th to tell us what's going to happen. The question then that has been asked both recently on Facebook, but also from this parent, Mr. Gavin, who sent us these questions I've been asking, is have you ever thought about putting some of the process that you're using now in place for snow days?
We really believe in direct instruction. After doing so much of this remote learning, I'm sure that's going to be a discussion into next year. Yeah, absolutely.
Great, good answer. Do you have any other questions, Steve or
Yeah,
Cheryl?
I have one, and it's
Okay,
again, I think everybody's doing a great job. So now that, certainly income tax has been delayed to July, people that may be using their returns to pay their next tax bill, property tax bill, have you guys considered what's going to happen at that point if 10% of the people in the towns can't pay their taxes on time? And how that financial relief is going to come?
We're aware of the concern. Don't know that we have a solution. At this point, all but a handful of our people are continuing to work on their scheduled hours and being paid. And that handful of people is mostly subs and some of our part-time bus drivers that don't work a regular schedule, and they're collecting unemployment. So our big hit, which is about 80% of our budget, which is wages and benefits, isn't changing because of this particular issue. We'll obviously have savings in heating costs because we've shutting down the buildings, fuel costs because instead of spending $7,000 a month on diesel fuel, we'll be spending $1,500 a month to deliver meals. So we're going to have some savings, but in the whole scope of things, they're not going to be significant. So I don't know how to address your concern. I'm aware of it and have told the principals no spending is allowed at this point unless it's critical to delivering education.
Yeah, my concern wasn't so much the spending, Jim, as it is going to be the revenue. I can see the towns having difficulty meeting their budget numbers, school board budget numbers, if the tax revenue falls short come July 1st, when taxes are due, obviously.
Yep.
Because a lot of people might be relying on getting tax returns and other forms of income to pay that tax bill coming up.
And you and I both, I guess my answer really should have said that if I can save $500,000 or reduce spending by $500,000, then we can work that into some sort of payment
Yeah.
relief in the meantime.
Time, sure,
I'm trying to look at cash flow carefully, and because I
Right.
anticipate all of our towns to struggle, maybe not in June, but July, August, September, as people are getting into recovery and maybe starting to work again. And I don't know the answer at this point, but I'm very
Okay.
aware of cash flow concerns and will be trying to get a real close handle on our cash flow, not spend cash that we don't need to spend.
sure.
So that
Like
we can
all of our
defer
businesses
payments.
are doing the same thing right now, so,
So I don't know that I have an answer, but I'm very aware of it, and
okay,
we'll not only work on it internally, but work with the towns as you have issues.
yep, okay,
We all recognize that this is going to have a financial impact with everybody. And our main process right now is to make sure that we continue with education for our students.
sure,
And with that, we need our teachers and our paraprofessionals, and our bus drivers have been delivering packages of information to students that may not have online access. This is very difficult times, and that's one of the reasons why I really wanted to talk with the select board today, is to have those conversations back and forth. We need to work together as a team, because I know it's as equally difficult for you as it is for us in the school district. And for parents, I can only assume so many people that might have been in the restaurant industry that have been laid off or impacted
Right.
by, it's hard. And so I just think we need to go slowly, cautiously, be real thrifty, and also work together, because it's going to be tough. And I understand the implications for the town.
Thank you, Lori. We're grateful that you were willing to and wanted to meet with us today. You should know that this has been filmed by Fact TV of Vermont, and it will be available for people to view, I believe, on channel 8. I don't remember the other number, but there are a couple of channels where our townspeople can, in fact, view this tonight if they have not been watching it on Facebook. So we hope that we've covered a lot of ground so that a great many people have been able to hear your comments and can be reassured by the fact that we are going to be continuing to provide a good education for our kids.
And Peggy, before we go, I need some help from you as a team. The voters approved transferring that piece of land to you.
Correct.
I'm not sure what the next steps are, as far as, I believe we have to go through subdivision, which requires us to go to planning board in order to separate it. Can you guys facilitate that for us?
Yes, we can. The planning board certainly is not meeting in the month of April, and of course we're on hold, as you are, for the
Yep.
month of May. But I will, in fact, alert our attorney, whom I know is right now also dealing with a change in schedule because of this coronavirus. But we will also get him on it so that he can, in fact, do the deed transfer. We said we'd take care of all the expenses, and we will.
Yep. Fantastic.
That help, and we'll keep you informed.
All righty. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Is there anything else that should come up today?
I just want to thank you for the opportunity to share information with you.
You're welcome. We're glad you're here. If not, I'm going to adjourn this select board meeting at 2:21 on April 1st. This was no joke, folks. This was a good meeting on April 1st, 2020. Thank you all for being here. We're adjourned.